Welcome back friends. Today we are going to study about belt drive, rope drive and chain drive. So first we are going to study about the belt drives, different kind of belt drives used in the power transmission system. Also different kind of belt which are used for the belt drives, different kind of drives which are used to transmit the power, right? Different kind of terminologies like slip, creep, slack side of the belt, tight side of the belt. Also, we are going to study about the length of belt which is required for the open belt drive and closed belt drive. Also, we are going to study about the advantages, disadvantages, and requirement and the selection of the belt for the belt design of the belt drive. So first, so what is the belt drive? So belt drive is the mechanism which convert or which transfer the power from one pulley to another pulley. The belt or ropes are used to transmit power from one shaft to another by means of pulleys which rotate at the same speed or at different speeds. At the amount of power transmitted depends upon the following factors, right? So first, the belt drives are the mechanism which can be used to transmit the power from one shaft to another shaft by means of a pulley. And there are two different kind of pulleys are used to create to construct the belt drives, or two different kind of pulleys which are having different kind of diameters and different dimensions as well. So the speed of two pulleys are varied. So the two different speeds are having two different kind of pulleys. The power transmitted to the one shaft to another shaft are depends upon the following factors like velocity of the belt, tension under which the belt is placed on the pulley, arc of contact between the belt and the smaller pulley. Right? Means the velocity of the belt is the important factor which which is important factor for the power transmitted for one shaft to another shaft. Right? Also tension under which the belt is placed on the pulley means the tightness of the belt between two pulleys between two pulleys. If the belt is slack between two pulleys, then the power cannot be transferred efficiently, right? The power loss is greater if the belt is slack between two pulleys. So the tightness of the belt between two pulleys is very important factor for the power transmitted to between the shaft. Also the arc of the contact between the belt and the smaller pulley is also important factor which can be useful for power transmitted, right? So how it can be important. So arc of contact between belt and the smaller pulley, right? Arc of contact when the belt is connected to the smaller pulley, right? So how when the belt is more wounded on the smaller pulley, then the power can be transmitted more. Next, the conditions under which the belt is used. The shaft should be properly inline, ensure uniform tension across the belt junction, right? So the first factor or first condition under which the belt is used is the two shafts which are used to transmit the power has to be properly in line, or you can say the properly coincide, or you can say the center of both shafts has to be coincide, right? To ensure the uniform tension across the belt section. Otherwise, what happens? The vibration will be produced during the power transmitted, and the creep will be fact key creep will be factor to the occurrence in the belt, and belt is going to be failed. The pulley should not be too close together in order that the arc of contact of the smaller pulley may be as large as possible, right? Means if the two pulleys is too close together, then the arc of contact on the smaller pulley is going to be decreased. And due to this, the contact of the belt with the smaller pulley is going to less, and the power transmitted between two shafts is going to inefficient. So to increase the efficiency of the power transmission between two shafts, the pulley should not be too close together, as the arc of contact is on the smaller pulley maybe as maybe going to decrease. So the two pulleys must be at the set at the distance as the arc of contact on the smaller pulley may be large as possible, right? So, and third condition, the pulley should not be so far apart as to cause the belt to weigh heavily on the shaft, thus increasing the friction load on the bearing, right? So the one condition is the pulley should not be too close together to increase to increase the contact of the smaller pulley to the bed as large as much possible. But the other factor to be remember that the pulley should not be so far apart as if you are going to increase the distance between two pulleys to increase the arc of contact on the smaller pulley to the bed, the weight weight of the belt is going to increase, right? Why? Because if we are going to increase the distance between two pulleys, then the length of belt is going to increase. Also, the more belt are going to be used. So the total weight of the belt is going to increase on the two pulleys. Okay. So the overall weight which are used by the belt is going to occur on the pulley. So the weight of the belt is heavily on the shaft. Thus, the friction load is going to be increased on the bearings, right? So the friction load which is acting on the bearings is going to increase, and due to this, the power loss can be done, or you can say the power transmission capacity is going to be inefficient. So all three. So this is important factor to be remembered that the pulley should not be so far apart, right? A long bed tends to swing from side to side, causing the bed to run out of the pulley, which in turn develops crook spot in the bed. This is also one kind of important factor which is depends on the previous factors. The pulley should not be so far apart, right? So one why we should not be put two pulleys at the maximum distance. So first reason is the increasing the friction load on the bearing. Second reason is if we are using the long belt, right? So it swings side to side, which is going to cause the belt run out of the pulley, which in turn develop crook spot in the belt. Also, it is going to be occur, or it is going to be affect the grip on in the belt, right? The tight side of the belt should be at the bottom, so that whatever sag is present on the loose side will increase the arc of contact on the at the pulley, right? Means the tight side of the belt should be at the bottom. Why? Because the driver and driven, the two pulleys which are connected with the help of belt is one is the driver pulley and second is the driven pulley, right? So the driver pulley is pull pull the belt and the push the belt to the driver. Driver pulley pulls the belt from the bottom of the pulley and pulls the belt of the top of the pulley to the driven pulley. Right now, what happens? The driver is pulled. Right, so the bottom part of the belt is going to be tight, and the driver is pushed the belt to the driven pulley, so it going to be sag or it going to be slack, right? So slack side is going to be loose side, and it increase the arc of contact to the pulley, and due to the increase of the arc of the contact of the pulley, the power transmission is going to be efficient, right? How? So we are going to be discussed in next theory, and we are going to be discussed in the next theory in the maximum power capacity conditions, which conditions are required to increase the power transmission, or at which condition the maximum power can be transmitted from one shaft to another shaft, right? In order to obtain good results with flat beds, the maximum distance between the shafts should not be exceed 10 meters, and the minimum should not be less than 3.5 times of the diameter of the larger pulley. This is the one condition which is uh, which uh, which will be result after many times of the practical results. Now, selection of the bed drive. These are the factors which are going to be which we have to discuss, or with these factors which we have to keep in mind to select the belt. First is the speed of the driving and driven shaft, right? When we are going to select the belt drive, the speed of the driven and driving shaft, speed reduction ratio, power to be transmitted, what kind of power we have to transmit it from one shaft to another shaft, center distance between two shafts, positive drive requirements, shaft layout, space available, and service conditions. These are the factors which we have to keep in mind to select the belt drive. Types of the belt drive. There are mainly three types of the belt drives. First is the light drives. These are used to transmit small power at the belt speed up to 10 meter per second, as in agricultural machines and small machine tools. Like where the speed are not required more, or you can say where medium work or light work should, or light power can is required to transmit, then the light drives are used. As example, in a thresher, which is used in the agricultural work in farm, right? So at that, the long distance is not going to be required. Why? Because the thresher is going to connect to the tractor. So the belt drive which is used in the thresher and tractor is not going to be required more distance between two pulleys. So the speed which is required is quite less. So light drive is used. Medium drive. These are used to transmit medium power at belt speed over 10 meter per second, but up to 22 meter per second in a machine tool, right? So the power transmission, or you can say where the power required, or where the requirement of the power transmission to the one machine to another machine, there the medium drives are used, right? Heavy drives. These are used to transmit large power at belt speed about 22 meter per second, as in compressor and generator, right? So where the compressor and generator, where the high speed required between two belts or two pulleys, the heavy drives are used. Medium drives are used in the material handling system, where the cement factory, where the cement factory, the cement or the load which can be transferred from one place to another place, and power transmission is less, but the load transmission efficiency should be higher. There the medium drives are used. Types of belt. There are mainly three types of belt are used in belt drive, where the first is the flat belt, V belt, and circular belt. Right? The coefficient of friction, or you can say the frictional loads or friction capacity, the maximum friction capacity is the V belt, right? Where the high V belt are used at the high speed drive, right? Why? Because the due to the less contact, or you can say the less coefficient of friction or friction capacity, the contact between pulley and belt, or you can say the slip phenomena of the belt drive going to be decreased in the V belt drive. So for the high speed belt drive, the V belt are used. open belt drive, right? In the open belt drive, the two pulleys are used. One is the driver pulley and second one is the driven pulley, right? The belt is going to be wound. Belt is going to be wound as the open, or you can say the bottom of the driven belt is going to be wound to bottom of the driver belt, and top of the driver belt is going to be wound to the top of the driven belt. This is the cross, or you can say the closed or twist belt drive, where the where the bottom of the belt of the driver is going to be wound to the top of the driver, and bottom of the driver is going to be wound to top of the driver. There are another types of belt drives which are quarter turn belt drive, where the alignment, or you can say the axis of the driver and driven are different, or you are, but it's parallel, right? Quarter turn belt drive with guided pulley, where the difference, or why should we have to use the guide pulley in the quarter turn belt drive, right? So to increase the efficiency of power transmission, the quarter turn belt drive is used with guided pulley is used, right? Why? To increase the power transmission as well as to increase the life of the belt. To increase the life of the belt, the guided pulley is used in the quarter turn belt drive. How? In the quarter turn belt drive, the two pulleys are used. Two pulleys are used at this different axis, or you can say the perpendicular, or you can say is the perpendicular, also not coincide or coplanar, right? So where the power transmission is going to be occur, or the running condition, in the running condition, the vibration which is produced in the belt drive is going to be heavy, and due to the heavy vibrations, the creep phenomena of the in the belt is occurs. What is the creep? We are going further. We are going to study further. So the to overcome this failure or overcome on the creep, we are going to use the guide pulley in the quarter turn belt drive, right? Now idler pulley. Idler pulley is used in the belt drive, in the open drive as well as the closed drive. You can use at any, right? The idler pulley, the main reason to use the idler pulley is where in the belt drive there are two types of the belt, right? One is the tight side and second one is the slack side. Which side is the tight and which side is the slack? See here, the driver pulley and driven pulley is used in the open belt drive, right? The driver, what the function of the driver pulley? To drive. The function of the driver pulley is to drive. The driver pulley is run with the help of electric motor, right? So the power which will be supplied to the driver should be transmitted to the driven, right? Driven pulley is not going to be run by itself, but the driver pulley is going to run the driven pulley. So the driver pulley is pull the belt from the driven, and the pulled belt which is going to be below bottom side of the belt. This side, bottom side of the belt is pulled by the driver. So this side is going to be tight, right? No sag will be produced in the belt, so this side is going to be tight. Now after wounded of the belt, the driver pulley pushed belt to the driven. Now the driven pulley is not going to be pulled, but the driver pulley is going to be pushed the belt. So the sag is going to be occur. So sag is going to be produced in this side. So this slack or the belt is going to be loosened between two pulleys. Belt is going to be loosened between two pulleys. So this side is going to be said as slack side, right? So the belt which is run from driven to driver is tight side, and the belt which is belt which is run from driver to driven is slack side, right? Or you can say the side of the belt which is run from driven to driver is tight side, and the side of the belt which is run from driver to driven is slack side, right? So two different kind of belt are there. Now the tree, right, or sorry, the use of the function of the idler pulley. When the slack side, when the slack side is the bottom side or the top side, right? Slack side can be maybe bottom side or maybe top side, either. So when the belt is run from the driven to driver or is tight side, and when the belt is run from driver to driven is slack side. Now during the slack side, when the more sag is occurs on the belt, when more sag is occurs on the belt, then more the belt is going to more loosen. Belt is going to more loosen, and due to this, the load or the power which can be transmitted, which has to be transmitted from driver to driven is not going to be done due to the more loosen of belt. So overcome this problem, we have to use the idler pulley to increase the tightness of the belt, or to overcome the slack side or the slack of the belt. We have to use the idler pulley, so we can increase the efficiency of the belt, right? This tap or on pulley drive, fast and loose pulley drive are also the types of the belt drives which are used to transmit the power between two subs. Now, the compound belt drive, where the power ratio, or you can say the speed ratio, is not going to be uh, decrease or increase, or the speed ratio is not going to be changed, right? Or you can say the compound belt drive is the innovation of the belt drive in which the more power can be transmitted efficiently at the low force or low input, right? So the ratio we have to find first, the speed ratio between 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and we have to relate 1 to 4. Why? Because the speed, or you can say the angular speed of the second drive and second pulley and third pulley is the same, due to the same shaft is used to connect the second pulley and third pulley, right? Also, you can say the compound belt drive is used where the large distance between driver and driven, or the power which has to be transmitted from one shaft to another shaft, right? So we can use a one pulley between two pulleys where the power has to be transmitted, right? So we can divide the large distance between two pulleys into the half distance, right? So which the more distance which will occur, the less efficiency of the belt drive to transmit the power is going to be overcome, right? So to overcome the large distance between two pulleys, we have to use the another pulley at the half of the distance, right? So we can use the belt drives efficiently, right, to transmit the power from one shaft to another shaft. Now let's take the D1 and D2 are two diameters of the driver and driven, or you can say the driver and the follower, right? Here follower is the driven, follower is the also known as driven, or you can say also known as the pinion. Now here N1 and N2, speed of the driver and the follower or driven in RPM. The length of the belt that passes over the driver in 1 minute, right? The belt which is wounded on driver, right? Or you can say the belt which is passed from the driver in 1 minute is the periphery of the driver multiply with the angular speed